Glamour club Gor Mahia were yesterday crowned the Kenyan Premier League champions for the 21st time in their history, a record in this part of the world. By winning the 2023-2024 title, Kogalo proved to all in sundry that they are indeed the jewel in the crown, and no team holds a candle to them when it comes to local football. The statistics back this up too. Despite not being at their fluent best this term, Kogalo still bagged the gong with games to spare, wrapping up the campaign on 73 points, 8 more than second-placed finishers Tusker and 22 more than their perennially underachieving arch-rivals AFC Leopards. However, what we need to ask, even as the Green Army bask in the now familiar glory of a title conquest, is, what next for Kogalo? The next test lies in the 2024-2025 CAF Champions League campaign, a campaign that, for lack of a better word, has proved too tall for Kenyan clubs, many of whom have just been flower girls, Gor Mahia included. In fact, if we roll back the clock since they won the Nelson Mandela Cup in 1987, today's equivalent of the CAF Confederations Cup, and since they lost the gloss of their football in the late 80s, there hasn't been much to write home about. One may wonder, how come Kogalo made an impression in Africa in the 1970s and the 1980s when football was semi-amateur? Herein lies the answer. One, the players back then played for passion. They played for the club emblem, something that is lacking today. A conversation with a Gor legend will detail how players would sign off from work in Nairobi at 4 p.m., board a bus for a long 8-hour journey to Western Kenya, arrive at the crack of dawn, be on the pitch by noon, and still chalk out a win. Yet, football wasn't their full-time job. Fast forward, our league is semi-professional, with some foreign legends gracing the competition, but still, Kogalo can't make an impression. The problem lies squarely in the boardroom, where management remains an Achilles heel. Professionalizing the secretariat, which is the key link to proper management, remains a problem, and Gor, like our peers in the country, lack a proper talent feeder program. Like we've seen in the West, while at it, they can't retain their best players. Lack of facilities is another quagmire, while signing players who are not up to scratch has worked against the team. Players and coaches turnover is equally a big issue, which Ambrose Rachier and his boardroom must address. Stability in that area remains key, and so is a solid financial war chest to recruit and retain your best players. Until they address this, I'm afraid that another feeble attempt aimed at conquering Africa will end in yet another utter failure. But for now, congratulations, Kogalo. That is my shot.